Okay, I'm going to try to be eloquent. I still can't get the balance between the background picture and my face right, but that's something that I will get improved over time. But I'm back. Um, so I've been brainstorming a few ideas with people, and we have a lot of good ideas for the future going into this. But today I want to talk to you about my dad a little bit because everyone seems to have some kind of vision of him being some kind of monster, and it's really important to me that you guys know who he was. And then as we go, I'm probably not going to be able to do this in order because a lot happened. I mean, we're talking about 20 years worth of life, things before the book, things after the book, and during. Um, so I'm probably going to relate this kind of a story at a time, and we can mix them all up. But I can give you a timeline if you need it along the way. My dad was a screw up. Now I'm going to do my best not to f bomb you guys too much, but I'm going to slip along the way. I cuss like a sailor, but I'm doing my best not to make this completely obscene. Okay, so my dad had kind of a long life. He started as a teenager getting in a lot of trouble. But the one thing that I can say about him for sure is that he loved me and he made sure I knew that at all costs. And that's something that wasn't set apart in the book or wasn't touched upon at all. Um, for a lot of years when I was younger, especially, I went to see my dad every summer. He actually worked as a cable guy, not a bowling guy, but we did go to the bowling alley a lot, and I cleared out their animal grabbing machines at the bowling alley. He'd give me quarters. I would play the machine and pull out all the stuffed animals while he bowled a couple of games. For a couple of years, I wasn't allowed to go see him because at the very early start of my teenage years, I went for a summer and came back with some of the mess that's in the book. Um, my dad did a lot of drugs. I mean, bottom line is he was no saint. He drank a lot. He drank too much. He smoked too many cigarettes, and he did probably every hard drug imaginable besides maybe heroin. But he also sent me Christmas presents every year, a lot of them. He sent my sister Christmas presents, even though she wasn't his child. He called me often enough to tell me that he loved me. And when I became an adult, he actually came and stayed with me for a little while, and I got him to stop drinking for at least for a time. Um, Me and my dad were close. Um, he was not a good role model by any means or stretch of the imagination, but he was a good guy. He was a caring father, and that's something that stays with me no matter what he did or no matter how many times he screwed up. He loved me and he was my dad, and I lost him a few years back. They still don't really have a real cause of death. His body gave out on him. He started drinking again when he went to go live with my stepbrother, and his body couldn't handle it. And so, but I will tell you that the world is a lot more empty of a place without him in it. And I just want you guys to know that, he was an awesome guy when it comes down to it. He was funny, he was loud like me, obnoxious. Spent a lot of years as a biker. He was actually in the Hells Angels for a while. But he grew out of that stuff. He got older and wiser, and he did his best to be a good person in the end. So that's one thing that's very, very important to me. I know that it seems like he was unattentive and we didn't talk, or he was cold to me, and none of that is true. We were actually close. We were distanced, but we were close in heart. Um, so that's my first thing. Again, I'm still nervous. I probably said about 50 times, um, but I'll get there. I'm getting there. We're gonna work on a better background, a better picture here along the way too. So I apologize if I'm a little bit see-through-ish, but it was the best picture that I could get this time around. Now, if you guys want to hear about certain instances, you can always go in the messages section on my page. I read every single one of them personally. And then I can maybe address some of the things that you want to hear about that might be better, help me find a place to kind of get my niche. Um, I would appreciate that. And also, again, along the way, as soon as we get some kind of structure, I will give some ideas and some of our ideas out there. But me and a couple actually a couple of you guys are talking about some things that would be fun and maybe helpful for everybody, and an opportunity maybe for other people to speak. So we'll get there. We're building and building, and hopefully we are going to become a force to be reckoned with. And I don't just mean me, I mean all of you guys together. If we stand strong together, then anybody who still is struggling, we can help beat you, or help you beat this together. Okay. All right. Thank you so much. And until next time.